Greetings, everyone. I'm back, continuing with my previous live stream. Allah called out to Abraham, Surah 37, Ayat 104. So this is part 2 of it, and we see a contradiction here in the other ayat. Here it is. Where's the contradiction? Surah. Where is the contradiction? I know. So there has been some obstacles here. I have to. I'm not feeling well, health problems and all this, but I will continue. Nevertheless, the obstacles removed. That Allah does not speak. Surah Shura ayat 51. Allah, it is not for any human being that Allah should speak to him except by revelation or from behind a partition, or that he sends a messenger to reveal, by his permission, what he wills. Indeed, he is the Most High and Wise. You see this? This is a contradiction against this ayat where we are told that Allah spoke out to Ibrahim, Surah 37. So go to Surah 37. Okay. Here. Too many tabs are open. I'm getting confused. Maybe I have some allergy or something. I don't know. 37 ayat 104. Called out. Surah Safat ayat 104. Now I see that another thing is that it's not been explained properly to us. What is this Allah? And against the idol worshippers, there's a lot against them. The ayats are a lot, and strict and against them, and there's no forgiveness. So even you can read the story of Abraham against his father Azar in the Quran ayats. Very strict. So we call to him, O Abraham. There's a quotation mark here. And we nada. You see, this nada, calling out, is what Hazrat Zakaria did in silently. You can even silently call out to the Lord. We are told in Surah Maryam, where Hazrat Zakaria called out to his Lord. The word nada or nida is like calling out, whether silently or whatever, but it is calling out, right? But in the silent way, the voice is inside. Oh Allah. There's still a voice. It's not your mind's, right? When you are in that desperate condition, it's not like that japa mantra that you're looking at Om, and you're not saying it now, very silent, not even silently saying it, but now you are just imagining, you are just visualizing the word Om. Right? When he called to his Lord a private call, when he called nada, nida, a call, nada and nida. When he called to his Lord a call, nida, secret. Secret could be silent inside. Ya Allah. Yeah. You see this? So just say Ya Allah, or just say Oh Mother, Oh God. Silently, you will feel that energy coming up. It's silent. There's some thing behind it, some desperate emotion, feeling. Saladdin is here. Saladdin says, Salam sister, good morning. I wish you all the good as always, inshallah. Thank you so much, Saladdin brother, I wish you also, alaikum assalam, a very good morning to you. I wish you the very best always, and your family members, your country, your friends. Okay? Now, since Salahuddin is here, you see the contradiction here, or you do not? Or are you going to, please, brother, see the contradiction here? Nada means calling out. And this khafiyan is in secret. Nada is calling out. Now, excuse me, I just had something. So, okay, Surah Baqarah at 2, in that we have Imam Ali's explanation about the sound voice of Allah speaking. This does not apply to the word and the book of Allah. According to Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, this is the tafsir under Surah Baqarah 2. The word of Allah is not a spoken expression in the sense of sound. There's no sound in it, he says, but is a divine will. Then it should have been like this in the Quran ayat, not nada, to confuse you. Allah sent His divine will to Ibrahim. No, don't do this. Or an angel. It is not a sound that strikes the ear, nor a voice to be heard. Verily, His words are His work. Allah works, okay? Originated by Him. But it's His work, right? Allah's work. It's His work. It's His creation. Lowest sphere of manifestation. So Imam Ali also talks about, no. Now they talk about the lowest sphere of manifestations. It's creation and manifestations are different. And so this, what else is there? Now you see this, right? But what Zakaria did, we are told, nida, calling out to his Lord in secret, meaning silently or, in a chamber, private chamber, whatever it may be, because it's not very clear. And I need things to be clear to me, completely from all sides. And that's what I wasn't getting from this religion. So, and so much against, I would say, like, if you are devoted to a dog, a pet, even like, okay, dogs are najis. So, you know what I mean? Okay, sacred, you see there's a sacred monument here. Let me just show you. Sacred monument. Surah Baqarah at 198. Now, what is this? We are not told. I was reading the tafsir. It's not very clear. This Arafat is there, the Mount Arafat, but there's another Mashari. Okay? Let's hear the Arabic. If you like to hear the Arabic word.
Al-Mash'ari.
Al-Mash'ari. Perfect. Right? Thank you. Quran.com. Sacred. Sacred. So now you see, he's used this idle thing. It boils my blood. Allah, that it's not right and this and that. But how do you know that? Okay, how he's used it, very clever. And then how do you know when that the snake was not Allah on the other side, from his other side? How could Iblis not obey the command of this Lord, that, being so close to him and all this, and God giving him respite? It doesn't make sense to me. To create the world, to send the Khalifa downstairs? Down on earth, downstairs. So, yeah, that's my very old English expression of down below. So, you see this, that this is not properly explained. It's so they have a sacred monument for Hajj You have to stand here and pray. Sacred. It says sacred. Haram. But you would say, no, no, no.
الحرام.
Al-Harami. You'll say sacred. You'll say, no, 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 no. This, God, they cannot make idols of. These are sacred monuments. They are landmarks and they are monuments. They are not gods, right? Okay. So you can make sacred monuments, but you can't make idols, gods in stone carved and worship them. So I will, okay, so this, let me show you then the absurdity of this also. One God worship without seeing him, no form, in no form. You would say the form is a gross, it cannot be linked with God because now we have, you've seen Muji Baba. But no, what if this temporary thing, everything, the Maya that the Hindus say, but what if this also is a form of God, the manifestation of God in form? What if the thoughts are a manifestation of God in a subtler form? And you see the glory of God in the form, in the temporary things too that you call temporary. And so we can't give it gross, this thing, in form. Form is gross. Existence, right? Creation. And then the mind is better, subtle, but you give so much importance to the mind that even Abraham gives importance, so much importance to reason. Now you don't know that whether Abraham had an auditory hallucination at this time, and then he's taking his son to be sacrificed. He thinks, oh great, I have to do this for God because God is the God of sacrifice, and he needs me to give a sacrifice to him, my son, so that no one else, give. Surah Anam was what you love, until what you spend out of what you love, you cannot have piety and all this. And for leadership also basis, you have to put your citizens before yourselves, your sons, your family members. So you would, it's debatable, but let's not get into that debate. I'll give you a very easy solution to see this, that it's absurd here also. And that, you see, Hazrat Ibrahim's reasoning doesn't fit, because when you use the intellect, there are problems in the intellect too. And how do you know that psychologically, if you see that it is God? One person, Dr. Farouk Ahmed in Karachi told me, one person got possessed. He said, I'm Allah. Then there were people who were scared of him. He's saying he's Allah. He's possessed, and with the shaitan coming and saying he's Allah in him. Dr. Farouk Ahmed said she's done her PhD long time ago from what's that university? She told me. So in America, and she did her PhD in her whole MA PhD from America in few years, less than what they offer you, right? The years that you have to do it in 2 years, or 4-year course and degree in 2 years, 2.5 years, like that. Right, so she said, oh, bring him to me, this is not possession or anything. And then she did her psychoanalysis, Freudian and all this. And he's well now. So you see, how do you know that this is not Allah? This is not his hallucinations, Abraham's auditory hallucinations. And the way you're criticizing the idol gods, carved in stone, worshipping them like that, they're gods, and many gods. So I even showed you that if there were many gods, and they would not fight, right? There's no reason for them to fight, right? And even if they fought, there would be harmony because none of them would be destroying existence. They would know. Only the evil ones below, not the gods. Gods would not do this. When they curse each other, others, it's for the good. You see the paradox in this, in the curses we were told. So this, so that's why the form is brought down like this, due to a curse. Someone has come here, witness to God, like Narada Muni was cursed by Vishnu God, that he would have 86, 87, I don't know how many years in this lifetimes. Not just 87 years, but like 86 lives. You can listen to Paramahamsa Vishwananda's, watch his video on YouTube on Narada Muni. So that every time he comes here, he's going to help Vishnu and his Vishnu's avatar. You see? And he's going to be a witness there. So that you know for sure, at least the Hindus will know in their culture. But how do you know? You've never seen God. You've never heard his voice. You don't know. Maybe he has several voices. And you see, here you're told, witness. Allah is a witness to Prophet Muhammad. And he himself is Prophet Muhammad will be a witness one day, resurrected, to his nation and all this. So you need to be sure, 100%, no doubt about it. Like when you go to an atheist and talk to him, you need you need evidence, like anything. So if you don't have 100% evidence, you cannot convince someone, not even an atheist. I would say even Hindus cannot convince an atheist if they don't have 100% evidence. And that is what happened with the Hindus and Haris Sultan. Some said, the nine planet, and Haris Sultan was speaking to a lady, Hindu lady, and you're saying this is why, there's certain things you have to be 100%. Even if the burden of proof, like they can't prove God, but they cannot. Okay, atheists, there's something in between. Like if you can't prove God's existence, then you can't even disprove God's existence, right? If you can't prove God's existence, you can't even disprove God's existence. So there are some who remain neutral, like they can't say they're atheists 100% or even 50%. But like, or maybe 50, like they can't say, they won't say they're atheists because maybe there is a certain way of proving that God exists. But all the sufferance and everything can be covered by God's existence, that one being which is eternal. You are timeless being. If I tell you this is not a philosophy, like Ghalib Kamal said, it's a philosophy. Like, you see, you go to the doctor will cure your heart, maybe if you're, God forbid, if you're near to a heart attack or something. But your whole existence, like whatever happens to you, heart attack, wound given to you, psychological, anything, but you are above that. Someone told you. That's the healing. There's your healing there in your spirit, your soul, which is above this, let's say, temporary thing. But yet we don't put the temporary things down. Every temporary thing is also a manifestation of God. Waste is a waste. So, when the shells, what are they called, mussels, they have this pearl in them, right? So in deep sea diving, it's their waste. The pearl comes out. Sometimes you can find in that waste of a muscle inside the pearl. It's a waste. So if we wear that waste pearls, we value it. We get it from deep sea diving and get the pearl, the shell, from the shell. It's a waste. So you can't put the temporary. Then maybe, it's always this fear. Oh, they'll give too much importance to the temporary thing. But now you're giving too much importance to the mind also, which is temporary and in subtle form. But the form, it is form. And the ideas come from it, imagination comes from it, fantasies come from it. But also good things come out of it for the world. Ideas come out where you can make tall buildings, you can do artwork. Creativity comes from inspiration, maybe not the ideas, not concepts. Concepts you can do architecture in. And I have to take a break now because something's going to start, and so I will continue later. Sorry. Thank you for being here, Salahuddin. Hope you see the truth against Islam, these religions, and leave it. Thank you so much, and find something better.